Back with another RCQ Prepping. We are continuing the dive into the new Prowess list / Cauldron list. This is a list by Sorcerer Dude 789. This is a little bit more aggressive version of the Vivi Cauldron deck we played last week. So playing 4 Storm Chasers talents, 8 cantrips, 2 into the Flood Mauls, a magic dampener as a protection and also gives a creature a counter, 4 torch for removal, only 1 cauldron, which I think is actually pretty fine in this list because you have a lot of ways to churn through your deck. Kind of different from last week, in Astrologian's Planisphere. It comes in with a job select token, and whenever you cast a non-creature spell or draw your third card each turn, you put a +1/+1 counter on it. 2 get out counter spells for creatures or enchantments, or bouncing 2 creatures or enchantments to your own hand. Obliterating Bolt as another removal spell. 4 VVs, 4 stock ups. Row Crackling Wit. We can cast this before we start going off. Get it all the way up to 10 and then start casting cards with Storm, or we can just use it to loot. Loot or make another token. Only 1 Meringue River Regent in this list, and then Roaring Furnace, Steaming Sauna, 1 in a red to deal damage to a creature equal to the number of cards in our hand, or 5 to have no maximum hand size, and at the beginning of each of our end steps we draw a card. Sideboard wise, another Regent, 2nd Cauldron, 2 Fire Magics as board wipes, 1 more Obliterating Bolt, 2 Lithomantic Barrage, 2 Spell Pierce, 2 Disdainful Strokes, 2 Fairy Masterminds, and 2 Enduring Curiosities. Kind of gives us some options to pivot into a little bit more controlling deck. Otherwise, with that, we will get right into the matches. Okay, here with match number 1. We start off on the draw. This is an okay hand. We have 2 remove, we have a bunch of remove. Actually, we're gonna mulligan this. We have a lot of removal, but we could just go into a matchup where removal doesn't matter. We can keep this. We are going to bottom one of the Spire Bluff. We're going to bottom the Verge. Keep the canals, and then we have the island to set up another Verge later on. They play Restless Reef, so this could be the Kaido Flash deck. In which case, we're just going to play it slow and keep Torch the Tower up. Yeah, Fairy Mastermind, we will torch it. And then they play Island. And Cecil. We will play the Verge and a stock up. Find Torch and Roaring Furnace. Say go. They flash in they flash in another threat, so we're shields down here for a turn for Kaido. And this only hits creatures. But we get to clear the board up here. Play Roaring Furnace. Hit Cecil. They Tashana's Tidebinder, the trigger. That's fine. They'll counter the trigger. And then I think we just torch, destroying. Or we're going to sleight of hand first. Put that into her hand, and then just torch Cecil. And say go. We can top the opt, because then we gotta play 2 blockers plus have the opt to pump both of them. They play Enduring Curiosity, hit for 4 and draw a card. Draw 2 cards. It is individual. Play our first one. Job select. Play our second one. Pump the first one up. And this is our 3rd card each turn, so we are not going to worry about opting on our turn. They cut down. We would just let that happen and try to protect around a 2nd cut down. So we block and then cast the opt. We'll take 7 here. They cut down it in response. We still get the opt. Bottom the Chivalry. Magic Dampener. Would have been great to find instead of that opt. And they play Dark Slick Shores. And they pass back to us. Sleight of hand. Put Vivi into hand. And is it worth trying to go for it here? So we get to play Vivi. Play Magic Dampener. Put 2 counters on Vivi. We end up short of winning, or of being able to cast a stock up, so we'll just go to game 2. Basically, play Vivi, go down to 1 mana, Dampener, get it up to 2 counters, yeah, and then we're end up short to cast stock up. So going into this matchup, I think I want the Fairy Masterminds, the Spell Pierces. The Fire Magics. The Barrages and the Obliterating Bolts. I think we just kind of want to turn into a control deck here. So get on the Crackling. Go down 1 stock up, 1 of these. the 2 into the Flood Mauls. Go down 1 of those. I think we leave the Cauldron in. And we'll just run it like this. We'll say yes to the play. Yeah, we can keep this hand. We have turn 1 Storm Chaser's Talent. Turn 2 we have the option of removal spell or the Planisphere. And they just cut down our token right away. We'll play the Planisphere first. Then we could just get a hold up Fairy Mastermind next turn. Or if they play something now, we get to barrage it. Like 2 Storm Chaser Sirens. So I think we barrage. Yeah, so we're going to cast the Boiler. Kill 1 of them. Barrage the other one. Just keep the board clear here. And hit with the hero token. And then next turn we have Fairy Mastermind. Just get that down. Or actually in this case we're going to play the Boiler Works again. No, we'll swing with the token. And then we'll just trade the Fairy Masterminds. They Flood Pitch Drowner the token. So post-combat, we will Roaring Fire the Drowner. Make this bigger, kill the Drowner. And then they can hit us with a Spyglass Iron if they want, or Flash in the Kaido. Nope, they just hit us for 1. That's fine. Or never mind, they do Flash in the Kaido. And they replay the Siren. So on this turn, we don't have anything to do. We missed a land drop. We can keep Get Out up to bounce both these back to our hand. But Kaido is not a creature on our turn, so little. Actually, I should have countered that. And they map token the Kaido to pump it. Our token is stunned into oblivion. We will Get Out to return these two to our hand and hope to find another removal spell. Actually, I could have bounced the Storm Chase talent instead. So keep making our token bigger. Kill the Enduring Curiosity. Kill the Spyglass Siren. Say go. They can tap down our guy again. They just ninjutsuing in it. Oh no, they're flashing into another Enduring Curiosity, so they're gonna draw 2 cards. Kind of getting wrecked right now. Need a way to deal with this Kaido, but I don't think we have a way to deal with this Kaido. Because Lithomantic Barrage... Oh, it does hit Planeswalkers, so... We're drawing into a Lithomantic Barrage. Spirebluff Canal onto the bottom. Another Opt. Sleight of Hand we can leave on top. That is our 3rd card, so we get an extra counter. There's the Lithomantic Barrage. Kill the Kaido. And then now we pray that they can't kill us on their turn. They go for the Throater token. We have Fairy Mastermind to fog a turn. Or no, they get to animate this and just kill us. Unless we find another removal spell. They hit us for 7. They should have cracked the maps because they could have just had lethal. Oh, nope, that is a ninja. I forgot to get to all creature types. Yep. Starting off 0-1, but hopefully we can recover. We had a really bad draw game too. Yeah, so on to match number 2. Okay, back here with match number 2 on the play. This is a fine hand. We'll start off with the Thundering Falls, and then turn 2 play Storm Chaser's Talent with... Actually, we're going to start off just being aggressive here, playing the Storm Chaser's Talent, and then having double Op next turn to set up and smack for 3. And they're just going to cut down our token. They duress. They probably take the stock up, yeah. So now we have the option to either set up long term or... Actually, we are going to play the card we just drew, the Planisphere, because we'll get a hit for 2, and then set up double Opt, which will put 3 counters on the hero token next turn. So start with the Thundering Falls, Graveyard the Mountain, Opt, Prowess trigger, and Planisir trigger. Bottom the Verge. We draw a Vivi, which is pretty good. So now we're looking for another 1 mana spell. Bottom the Island. We draw another Planisphere. They play a Drowner to tap out our hero. Unfortunate that we're playing up against the same deck. But get in with the Otter. Hope that they don't flash in a Kaido. Actually, we can just kind of play around the Kaido. So we can play Shivan Reef and just buy back and Opt. They play Preacher. We draw Torch. So we play Vivi. Torch, no bargain there. Drowner. Get some triggers. Pump our Vivi up. Pass the turn. No attacks. And then next turn we get to hopefully start going off here. At least a little bit. They get to make a vampire token, that's fine. And they pass the turn. So, Island, Planisphere. They Tide Binder. Let's see what trigger they target. I assume they target the Vivi trigger. Yeah, they target the Vivi trigger, so we will just make a blue in response. Because then we get to buy back the Torch the Tower. Buy back. Do we buy back Torch or stock up? I think we buy back stock up. Go to combat. Swing with the 2 because we want to keep the Vivi around. They'll block and take 1. And taking the stock up because then we get the... We should hopefully find something off 6 cards because we'll get the draw, then look at the top 5. Well, yeah, we'll let him hit us for 2 again. I honestly want them... I should have swung with the VV2s to trade out the token with the... They go for the throat, our big hero. We draw another Vivi. We'll stock up. Get some triggers. We find Obliterating Bolt. And did we play a land this turn? No. Think we just take the Opt though. Because then we will Obliterating Bolt the Tishana's Tidebinder. Make our guys bigger. Make a blue off Vivi to Opt. Make our guys bigger. And set up for next turn. Bottom the mountain. Draw a Torch. We'll swing with our 2 tokens. So they will take 3 off of this. Down to 9. And they don't lose a life for making a vampire token. Yeah, they'll just make 2 more lifelink tokens. Hit us for 4. I don't necessarily want to put Vivi in the graveyard. So they will draw 2 cards. With only one black up, our Vivi is protected from cut down. So we play Roaring Furnace. Get some triggers. Put him to 8. I think we just go for the lifelink tokens here. Yeah, let's just go for the lifelink tokens here. We'll actually equip this to VV2. I should have done that first. I should have did that first. We will cast this, kill the other lifelink token, get a ton of triggers. Activate Vivi to make 5 blue. Oh. Yeah, so we activate Vivi, unlock the other room, and then swing. And that just, it plays safe around that. So we want Lithomantic Barrages, or we want the Obliterating Bolt. We want the Fairy Masterminds, the Barrages. I don't know if they're 100% the same deck. And I think we want the Fire Magics too. Go down the Row, go down a Row, go down a VV, go down a Stock Up, and go down a Sleight of Hand, and run it like this. Okay, going into game number 2 of match number 2. We got a mulligan this hand. This hand has a chance to get there. I think we put the magic dampener on the bottom and just try to, probably could have put the VV on the bottom, but just try to find, what? Excuse me? This is match number... Did I not hit submit? Okay, anyway, we'll just run, I guess we're running it back. I think we just take the land to try to guarantee stock up. Now I'm gonna have to watch the video back and see if I actually did hit. Submit or not. Play the Verge, say go. We have the option to get out or opt, depending on what they play. They played nothing, so we will opt during their end step. Find a Planisphere, which will bottom. Find another VV. I think we just run out stock up. Probably into a counter spell here. Deshaun's Tidebinder, which doesn't counter that. So we will take Island, opt. We're going the 2 stock ups to be able to put a counter on VV, or just play stock up opt next turn too. It's an option. Just keep our card advantage ahead. And they ninjutsu and Kaido. Becomes a lot worse since we are missing our sideboard, or our match against Kaido. It becomes a lot worse because we're missing our sideboard cards. Play the Verge. Play VV. Opt. They cut down the VV, that's fine. Bottom of land, draw another land. I'm gonna have to watch that back because I might be submitting a see if I actually did record myself hitting the submit button or not. Luckily, we are up a game, so this is not super detrimental. We draw a Spire Bluff Canal. I think we just run the stock out out first. We find Obliterating Bolt and into the Flood Maw. Any order Shivan Wreath. Get rid of the Kaido. Or attempt to get rid of the Kaido. And we do successfully get rid of the Kaido. So next turn we have Ral or Vivi. I didn't think about it. Get Out gets us around to Shana's Tidebinder. They play Fairy Mastermind and Flood Pit Drowner. Hit us for 4. They have another Kaido. Oh no, they have Enduring Curiosity. Okay, that's a little less annoying. Because we can like bounce it and then counter it. Play Island. Play Vivi. Say go. They cut down our Anoint. So we could just bounce our Vivi. I think we want to bounce and counter Enduring Curiosity though. Before they go to combat, we will bounce Enduring Curiosity. They could swing for 4. Counter. Counter the Enduring Curiosity. Thundering Falls. We can leave Into the Flood Maw on top. And then we will draw 3, discard 2 with Ral. Discard Spire Bluff Canal, Shivan Wreath. They will get to draw a card. We're kind of whiffing really bad right now. They play another Fairy Mastermind. They have lethal on board. But we get to bounce one of their Fairy Masterminds here. To prevent lethal, assuming they don't have a Kaido. We go down to 2. We draw a Torch. So we will Torch a Fairy Mastermind. Which puts a counter on Rao, which we will then be able to sacrifice a Tidebinder the Rao trigger? Yeah. And that's just lethal. So let's make sure we do this very carefully. So we want all of this stuff. Oh, did I not move them into my deck? No. I did move them into my deck because I moved. We want the Fairy Masterminds, the Bell Pierces. Honestly, I think we just want to kind of go up the full control package. Down a Vivi, down a stock up, down another sleight of hand. The Flood Malls are kind of bad. Maybe go down another stock up. Run it like this. And now we check to see if it actually took that time. Yes, it did. So we'll say yes. This is a fine hand. We have turn 2 counterspell. Thundering Falls, Spire Bluff Canal on top, so they go. They duress us. There's 2 cards they can take, the removal spell or the counter spell. You take the counter spell. Play Spire Bluff Canal, say go. So they do know all our cards in her hand. Play Island, play Vivi. Say go. Let them remove it. So we can always just go Cauldron it later. Like to find one more 1-mana spell here. Or I would like to find a 2-mana spell that we can use the Vivi for. And they get a flash in the Kaido. So now we're looking for an Lithomantic Barrage. They tap down our Vivi. So we play that. And I think we just pass here. Leave up the option to do either of these 2 things. Does this have... It has hexproof. Well, yeah, we'll just let him hit us with it. Because I don't actually know this interaction. Does Kaido die from combat damage? Yes, it can die from combat damage. So I should have flashed in the Enduring Curiosity to block. They surveil 2 and then draw a card. We'll flash in the Enduring Curiosity. They Faebloom Trickster. During their end step, so I will just get to untap it. So play Island, Sleight of Hand. Grab Fire Magic. Fire Magic for no additional cost. Hit everything for 1. To a player, draw a card. Add blue. Cast. Catch and Coil and Catch. Shiv and Reef into the yard. And we'll just smack down with the Kaido with the Enduring Curiosity. Or go drawing an extra card just to keep the board clear. And now both our things are out of cut down range. So they will have to use a 2-mana removal spell to deal with either of our things. Go to combat. We'll swing with both. Actually, I should have activated Vivi pre-combat to play the Steaming Sauna. But if they try some stuff, then we'll. Okay, they don't do anything. We get some damage in. They fairy mastermind. They will draw a card. They flash in a second fairy mastermind. I will flash in a second fairy mastermind. Or I will flash in my own fairy mastermind. So they'll draw 2. Oh, they cut down. I should have waited, but they'll draw 2. I'll draw 2. We draw a Storm Chaser's talent. So play that and make another dude. Stock up. Did I play a land this turn? Yes, I started with Island. So I think I'm actually going to use the Vivi mana here, even though it may not be the most efficient. Leaving up red. Because I would ideally like to draw an interactive spell that involves red. We can grab Opt and a Regent. Any order those. Cast the Furnace. Leave up Spell Pierce and Opt. Kill one of the Fairy Masterminds. And yeah, I think we're in a pretty good spot right now. We get Opt Spell Pierce, puts him down to 5. And then 4. Yeah, we should just have a lethal this turn. Opt. Tashana's Tidebinder. Yeah, it doesn't really matter. We get to Opt. Top that. Yeah, we get to top that, remove the Tidebinder. We would draw a Torch, so we actually get to Torch the Tidebinder, play this, kill the Fairy Mastermind. And then Regents, that's 2, 1, 2, 3, discard Spell Pierce, and Opt. Yeah, we just gotta chain stuff together until we kill them, so 1 and 1, going into match number 3. Okay, back with match number, I lost count, 3? Or no, 4. Or yeah, this is match 3. This is a reasonably aggressive hand. We get to go Storm Chaser's talent into Planisphere, and then sleight of hand to try to find a 3rd land if we have not found one. Marauding Mako. So this might be like this is probably the actual Cauldron version. We do find our Cauldron finally. So if we find Vivi and a way to discard it, or if it just dies, they play Profs. They pump the Mako, swing for 1. I'll just take 1. Or sorry, swing for 2, take 2. Play the Planisphere. Swing for 2. Should try to get the Cauldron down this turn. Ideally we find a land, because I would like to not have to sleight of hand for it. But if we have to, I want to be able to steal their Vivi out from under them. They play Terso, or they discard Terso Light Shatter. Or sorry, Bennett from Surveil. If there are 7 more cards in your graveyard, exile card random, you would play it. Discard 2 and draw that many cards. Okay. Seems like a decent card in this Izzet build. Combos with Profs more than Geralt or Geralt did. They paid 2 for their Soul Cauldron. They get in for 2. They pump it up to 3. We find an opt. So we'll sleight of hand. Hopefully find a land here. Find island. Play island. Play our own cauldron. Even out the life totals here. And then next turn we have Storm Chaser's Talent opt. Potentially. I don't want to pass their turn in case they discard their Vivi. So I think for this matchup, I want to bring in the Cauldron and take out the VVs and just play control. Bring in the Obliterating Bolts, the Fairy Masterminds, the Spell Pierces, and just take the VVs out, bring the second Cauldron into, and kind of just play a little bit more controlling. They play a Chivalry. Once Vivi hits the yard for either one of us, it probably just becomes a stalemate with the Soul Cauldrons because we're just both going to be sitting here waiting to activate it. They play their Vivi. If I didn't have to dig for a land, I could have left Get Out up. They torch my hero, sacking the profs. Would like to find an Obliterating Bolt. We'll just pass to their end step at this point. Take 3. Just exile the torch because they can get that back potentially. Take the torch. Untap. Think we run out, stock up. Look at the top 5 to find a land and a removal spell. We whiff hard on either of those. Take those 2 and then pass it back. Leave the otter back to block. They take the stock up out of our yard. Yeah, so I think I would just want basically all the removal spells, the spell pierces for their instants and sorceries, the fairy masterminds, and then basically just trim down some of the sorcery speed stuff. We probably aren't winning this, but I mean, there's never say never. They cast a stock up here, it looks like. Red colors blue. Voltaren Thrill Seeker. Put a counter on the Vivi. I put 2 counters on the Vivi. We jump the Vivi. They make blue. I assume they're activating the, yeah, they're activating the Vivi. Make blue, red, red. Sack Vivi to deal 3. Yep. Oh no, wait, that's not. Play a new Vivi. Storm Chaser's talent. We just die. Yeah, we just die when they go to combat next turn. So yeah, I want all the removal spells. I want the second Soul Cauldron. I think we just go down our own copies of Vivi. Maybe leave 1 in, or 2 in. Go down, Ral, 2 stock ups, 2 sleight of hands. Go up the Fairy Masterminds. Go down 1 of these. Go up the 2 Spell Pierces. 1 of these. And another 1 of these. Just run it like this. Into the Flood Maw's fine because we can bounce their Soul Cauldrons. Okay, let's see if it did the thing first. And we did actually sideboard, so I might have just not clicked submit. We will. We'll run with this hand. I think there's. We just need to find a land. We need to find a red land. They play the Mako. Red land off the top. Spell Pierce. Say go. So now we get a Flood Maw, their Marauder if we want. Fear of missing out. They discard Chivalry, pump the Marauder. They hit us for 2. We draw another Spell Pierce. Miss our 3rd land drop. And they just get to take advantage of that by continuing to beat down. Red, red, blue, Vivi. We'll Flood Maw the Vivi. We find a red land. We will torch the Mako now. Because then we will get to Obliterating Bolt the Vivi, hopefully. They hit for another 2. They play Thundering Falls. Leave it on top. Run back out the Vivi. Yep. So this turn we get to Obliterating Bolt. Not that. Obliterating Bolt the Vivi. Leave Spell Pierce up for whatever they draw. I would like to draw another untapped land so that we can play stock up with Spell Pierce back up. We find a torch. We just pass it back. Leaving double Spell Pierce up. So they could coil and catch. Nope, they don't do anything. They play an island. And maybe they're flooding and I'm stuck on lands and they're flooding. Or they're just gonna push this value of We draw an opt. We need to opt now to find a land. Bottom the Storm Chaser's talent. Chivalry. Say go. Could have actually left the Storm Chaser's talent on top. Played the island. Or played it off the island and then left Torch up. Sacking the token. Or just trading the token out with the fear of missing out. They play Soul Cauldron. We'll Spell Pierce it. Let them pay 2 for it. Spell Pierce it again. Make them pay 2 for it. So tap them out basically. Going into our turn. And now we want a Flood Maw. We draw a Flood Maw. So we'll stock up since they're tapped out. Take Thundering Footfalls, Fire Magic. Any order the rest. Thundering Falls. Storm Chaser's Talent on top. As they go. They take our stock up out of our yard. They play Soulstone Sanctuary. Swing for 2. We can let that hit us. And we'll try to have a Vivi turn this turn. Blue, red, blue, blue. Or actually, just do we hold that? Do we just hold back? I think we play the Storm Chaser's talent and then just hold back all of our interaction. Because we can Torch, Flood Maw. They activate the Soulstone Sanctuary. Love to see them play a land right now. They play the land, so we'll get a Torch the Fear of Missing Out. Flood Maw the Soulstone. Because we can't tier this up to 6. So we'll Torch with Bargain, sack the Otter. The fear of missing out. Or they protect that with the fear of missing out. We'll cast Fire Magic for single tier. Scry top the opt. Bounce the Soulstone Sanctuary. Say go. Buys us a turn. Vivi. Opt. Bottom. Say go. Hope that we survive one more turn. Lithomantic Barrage the Vivi. Yeah, and they might just get a... Oh no, they will not combo off this turn. Storm Chaser's Talent. I think we just cast this now to try to find land plus interaction as a backup plan. A fire magic to kill the otter. We whip, and we're just dead because they have the Vivi in our yard to pump the Soul Sun Sanctuary up. Yep. I think the all-in is a little bit better. In the mirror match, in the sort of mirror match, I think the all-in version is a little bit better. With that, we'll get on to match number 4. Okay, back with match number 4. We will be starting off on the draw, most likely. We will come back when our opponent is back. We have a hand with Sleight of Hand, Cauldron, and Vivi. I think this is a fine keep. We get to go Sleight of Hand, try to find something, play the Planisphere, try to find our third land, I should say. And we have the Blood Ball for interaction. They play Inspiring Vantage and Hired Claw. We'll actually just play the Spire Wolfka now that we found. Now looking for our 4th land. Vivi or a Sleight of Hand. We'll take the Sleight of Hand. They go. So next turn we have Shiv and Reef, and some combination of Sleight of Hand and Flood Maw, or the Planisphere, or Soul Cauldron. I think we'll just play the Planisphere, try to bait out a removal spell. Especially finding another Planisphere. They exile the top 2 that they can play next turn. Starting town, Burst Lightning. They play the starting town. And then Burst Lightning down our hero. They tap 3 to play a Screaming Nemesis. So we'll just take the damage. Mountain. Planisphere number 2. Trigger the first one. Leave up Flood Maw for the Screaming Nemesis. They go. Gotta block the Hired Claw. Yeah, gotta favorably block the Hired Claw. And then Flood Maw the Screaming Nemesis. Block. Wait for them to pump it. And they tap red. Colorless to pump it. Red white. It's gonna be a lightning helix. Boros Charm, 4 damage. We'll flood all that now. Take the 4. Eat the Hired Claw. Would love a land off the top. River Glide Verge. So we Play Vivi. Play sleight of hand. Put the triggers on the stack. Sleight of hand into a torch the tower. Make a blue sleight of hand again. Just kind of try to get them out of removal spell range. Take opt. Hit them for 9. And this is going to be Boros Charm and then double shock. Or Boros Charm with Lightning Helix. I'm just dead anyway. Boros Charm. Their turn. Lightning Helix. Boros Charm number 3. Okay. Yeah, so going into sideboarding, I think I want... I don't even know what I want in this matchup. Maybe Spell Pierces? I think maybe the second Cauldron. The Fire Magics probably. The 2 Spell Pierces, the 2 Fire Magics, the extra Obliterating Bolt, go down Ral, Vivi, stock up, 2 Sleight of Hands, run it like this. I don't even know. I'm not sure. Burn matchup. Okay, starting off on the play this time. This is a fine hand to keep. Would like some removal, or would like to find some removal eventually, but don't think we can get much better than just having the 3 lands plus Vivi Cauldron. Or I should say there is much worse hands than 3 lands plus Vivi Cauldron and a 1 mana spell. We get a curve out here. So start with the opt. We'll just wait till their turn though. Bluff a Spell Pierce or something. They play a Hired Claw. We'll opt. Yeah, we'll take the 4th land. Blood Maw. Play that. Say go. Start building counters up on it. They play another Hired Claw and a Swift Spear. Hit for 2. Sorry, 3 because of the Hired Claws. Or 4 because of the Hired Claws. Play Vivi. Say go. We get Vivi into the graveyard, which is like kind of what we want. A Swift Spear. White, red, Boros Charm. A Lightning Helix to Vivi. Okay. Hit us for a bunch. Down to 8. We draw a land. Soul Cauldron. Say go. We have block Flood Maw. They only have 1 card in hand though, so that is a benefit here. So go to beginning of combat. Then we will bounce one of the Hired Claws, which will trigger the hero to pump up. Then we block a Swift Spear. They put us a 7 with the higher claw trigger. Block a Swift Spear. They Lightning Helix it. We gotta eat the Vivi to put a counter on this. They just Boros Charm our face. We go down to 3. They have exactly 3, and we're dead. So started off this. Yeah, this is just, they're just too fast for us. Actually, I should have taken the get outs. They're too slow. So we got 1 win. Try to get back to 2. Might just have to try the standard version, like the kind of streamlined version of this deck. And here with match number 5, hoping to go 2-3. Starting off on the play, we can keep this hand. Start with the Thundering Falls, and then try to find something from there. Get the turn 2 counterspell. We'll graveyard the extra land. I think we'll have plenty of time to find another land. I'd kind of prefer finding some interaction here. They play the Chocobo. We will play a Riverglide Verge and pass. They play a land, pumps a Chocobo. Actually, this is some version of this, I think, is what I'm going to try next week. We'll counter their Tifa. Get hit for 1. Play Island, Storm Chaser's Talent, say go. Then this turn we can pump our Otter to trade with the Chocobo. They play Bristly Bill. They play land. They pump the Chocobo. So we play Magic Dampener. They go get another land. I think we just let them hit us. Oh no, because I'm playing both these, so I should have actually blocked. We'll bounce the Bristly Bill. I should have blocked because I would have just eaten their Chocobo. And they'll get a land, which pumps the Chocobo. We play Island and Ral. Make an Otter. The block. And so yeah, I have like a list that I've been testing in the background. They attack Ral, we'll block with an Otter. Probably actually just play that. They overrun it. And eat our Ral and our token. We play Island. We'll level up the Storm Chaser's Talent. Get back Flood Maw. Say go. So we get a Flood Maw, the Chocobo. Yeah, we'll Flood Maw the Chocobo now. They tap 3 for the Traveling Chocobo. Play Fabled Passage. Fetch. That is a cool card effect. And then they play the original Chocobo again. Sleight of hand. Put sleight of hand into our hand. Sleight of hand again. Torch the tower into our hand. Spire Bluff Canal. Bargain the torch. We're actually going to do this on their turn. Because then I have the block. So we bargain this to scry because I can't miss out on gas. I'm running out of gas and I need to be able to keep up. They play that off the top. Does it say if they played it off the top? Vivi top. A tap 3 for a Mossbloom Hydra. Yeah, this is outside of the fetch lands. This is kind of looking pretty close to the list that I was testing. Actually, I minus the overprotect too. We will play Vivi. Say go. I know if they have a Bristly Bill in hand. Yeah, they play the Bristly Bill. They have 2 land drops here. They get a fetch with the Fabled Passage. Yep, they put the counter on that. Double them. Oh, they fetch first 2. Four, doubled to 8, doubled to 16. So we Magic Dampener the Otter. Puts it up to 3. And yeah, we just die. So going into this matchup, we bring in the Obliterating Bolt with 2 Fire Magics. And I think that's really it. That's really kind of all we have to go for. Take out the Row and a Stock Up and a Sleight of Hand. Maybe bring in the extra Soul Cauldron, but yeah, we'll run it like this. I don't think we have a lot of sorcery speed removal in this deck, so I don't know what we're gonna do. We will take the play though. This is a fine hand. I think we just leave up Fire Magic at all times, just to deal with the first Chocobo. Actually, what is it to escalate? It's 2 to escalate. They play Llanowar Elves. Pass, Sleight of Hand. Put Obliterating Bolt into our hand. They play Bristly Bill. They play land. Target the Bristly Bill. We will torch that. They put royal. They give it a royal treatment. We miss a land drop, which means we can't actually kill that. Top. Play that. Play a blocker. Say go. Yeah, I wasn't playing the Llanowar Elves either. I wasn't playing any of these, like... I was playing like straight landfall. And they're going to be able to pump the Chocobo outside of our Fire Magic range. maybe we get them to spread the counters. They just target the Bristly Bill, so we actually could hit both. They Spring Bloom Dryad, which is Haro on a stick. Spring Bloom Dryad's in standard. What was it printed in that makes it standard legal? Oh, foundations. Okay. Yeah, we get smacked. We find another land. Play Vivi, Fire Magic. Vivi, Fire Magic, escalated none, just to clear up the other guys. We get some triggers, clear up the other ones, and then we'll throw this hero in front of the Bristly Bill, potentially, to save from dying. Because they can double the counters. Yeah. Throw that in front of the Bristly Bill. We're looking at into the Flood Maul now. Bounce the Bristly Bill. So they can get this up to... Put 2 counters on it, up to 7 power, and then they double it. And yeah, that's just game. Ugh. Yeah, that... I think green might be back, and I think... So I was playing... I don't know, I'll have to play the list for next week. Yeah, if we double blocked, we then play stock up. Yeah, we were just not getting there at all. We stumbled just enough that we got rolled. Not sure how I feel about this deck versus the other list that I was playing, so I'll have to keep trying lists, and hopefully we come back with a positive one at some point, and I'll definitely put the final touches on that mono green list to try out. With that, please like and subscribe, leave a comment if there's a misplay that I made, and I will see you next time.